We made it to Friday. It is April 12th, and I'm Lisa Ruffiange. This is TV7.ca News. The art supplied to us today from Coral Collective is part of an animal fundraising series. Titan and Ellie to the rescue collaborate with artists and their friends from the farm animal rescue and rehoming movement to add their prints. 100% of the proceeds go to this animal rescue organization. Today we meet St. Albert's most colorful bar owner. The girls tackle the Friday night lights, and we learn about the St. Albert Tool Library. But first.
For over 15 years, ArtWalk has colored the core of downtown St. Albert. Indoor venues present different exhibitions and artists on the first Thursday of the month from May to September between 6 and 8:30 p.m. ArtWalk also features an outdoor marketplace full of many talented artists, makers, and musicians. Admission to ArtWalk is free. And in May, we celebrate St. Albert as the Botanical Arts City by collaboratively painting planters inspired by famous art movements. The completed pots will be filled with beautiful flowers and placed outside ArtWalk venues for the duration of the season. New this year are free, family-friendly art-making programs and $5 art walking tours. Tours meet at the Musée Héritage Museum front desk at 6:30 p.m. and Art Gallery of St. Albert front desk at 7:30 p.m. Please note that each tour is limited to 8 people. ArtWalk is a locally driven event that fosters cooperation between artists and community members. Local businesses not only sponsor ArtWalk, they also host artists' work and serve as information hubs. For more information, please visit artswalkstantalbert.com or follow them on Facebook or Twitter.
Gracie Jane's on Perron Street is St. Albert's only art gallery / bar / live entertainment venue. Not sure what we mean? Well, you're going to have to check it out for yourself to fully appreciate this local gem. They are today's Business Spotlight.
What we are is a gallery bar, so it's all full of art, the chairs, the tables, the bottles, just everything is full of art. We have music, we have people from 18 to 90, well 102 is what we've had here. People from all over the world have come in the last 3 years. I've met people from England, Australia. It's amazing the group of people that come to the bar. Took me 3 months to get it going. 1 year to prepare before. I painted like 144 wine bottles. I painted like 20 tables, 30 chairs. My wine bar, I had the existing paintings, like 30 of them, because I did the fringe for 14 years, so I had a lot of stock with actual canvas. So I thought, what kind of concept am I going to do? Like, I'm 64 years old at the time when I opened. And I thought, I still need to work. I thought, what am I going to do? So I thought, with everything that I've done in my life, I thought, well, I'll combine it. So I managed the hotel, the Yellowhead, in the 70s all the way up to the late 80s. And then I had my own boutique gallery, clothing store. And then I did the fringe for 14 years. And I thought, if I combine everything I do, like, it should work. So people come in and they walk in, they think it's what is this? Like, is it a clothing store, a flower shop? What is this? So then they walk in and realize that it's an actual bar. But it's full of art, like the chairs, the tables, the bottles, and everything's for sale. Like, all my bottles here are all, like, there's 100. In 1 year, I sat down before I opened. I didn't have the location yet. I just knew I wanted to open something and create my own job. So what I did is I painted 144 bottles, and I did all my chairs and tables and all the stuff that goes with what you see here. So the process was, like I said, a year. I thought, okay, I'll have to have something that's going to sell that's not just a common bar or just a gallery, you know, because if I opened up an art gallery, it would be, there's lots of art galleries. And I thought, no, that's not just me. And I love people and I love music, and I thought, okay, so if I do the art gallery, I have to, like, you can have wine and cheese when you have an opening, so why not open up a bar? combining it with art. So I thought the atmosphere is the most important, and the location. And I mean, being across the street from the old Bruin Inn, you can't get better than old downtown. It's an adventure just to meet different people, different cultures, personalities, live like the music. It's the whole soul of the bar is the people.
Girls tackle the Friday night lights. The Capital District Minor Football Association's goal is to provide safe and fun opportunities to play football in the greater Edmonton area. They are proud that all of their teams are co-ed and inclusive, and this year they have added a new and exciting program just for girls. In 2019, the CDMFA, with the help of the Edmonton Storm, formed a new female midget spring football league. The girls ages 15 to 17 play full tackle in a 6-on-6 format and are thrilled for the opportunity to experience the game of football firsthand. Some of these girls have grown up in football families and have some experience, but most of them have never had the opportunity to play football before, and they will now have the fantastic experience of playing under the Friday night lights. The first game of their regular season takes place tonight at Clark Stadium. Kickoff will be at 9:30 p.m. and it will be an exciting game as the 4 teams in the league are represented on the field and in the stands. There will be a $5 gate charge with proceeds to our minor football programs. For more information, please check out their website.
Well, did you know St. Albert has 2 libraries? We all know of the conventional book library at St. Albert Place, but our town is also home to a tool library. For a small annual fee, members of the nonprofit organization can borrow tools for up to a week at a time. Forget running out to buy new tools for every project you have, or expensive one-time tool rentals, when you can select from the hundreds of tools in the library's collection. The volunteer-ran library was started as an environmental initiative, relies on tool donations from the community. They also run Fix-It cafes bi-monthly, where you can bring 1 or 2 broken items, meet with one of their talented fixers, and learn how to repair it over a cup of coffee. The next Fix-It Cafe is May 13th at the St. Albert Public Library. And for more information about this great program, please visit their website at satls.org.
And today on Financial Focus, Crystal Lucier shares some important dates with us.
I want money.
There are many important dates in the tax world, many dates that you need to keep in mind. A lot of people ask me, what are my filing dates? I've heard April 30th, I've heard June 15th. Your personal tax filing date is April 30th. That's the date that your taxes have to be filed and that any balances due have to be paid. If you own a proprietorship, your year automatically falls calendar year, January to December. You have to file during tax season on your personal taxes, but your filing date is June 15th. The problem is that if you owe any funds, you still have to make sure that those are paid by April 30th. So I usually encourage my proprietorship clients to file by April 30th anyway, but you do have until the 15th. If you've made installment payments, then you have that extra wiggle room. T4s come out to everybody. February 28th is the filing deadline for employers. They have to be filed and registered with CRA by that date, which means that by the time they come to you in Canada Post, I don't recommend that people start filing until March 15th because you wouldn't have received your T4s by then. T5s, which are dividends, have the same filing date. They have to go out by February 28th and also have to be included on your personal taxes. There are a number of other filing dates that are important. Child tax benefit comes out on the 20th of every month. GST benefits get paid to you quarterly. And if you're a corporate business owner, your year-end date is not necessarily, and I don't recommend it to be, January to December. You can pick any month within the first 53 weeks of owning and registering your corporation. This is Crystal Lucier with TV7.ca.
I want money.
Well, as reported on last week, the official launch of the Payhonan Reconciliation St. Albert celebration will kick off this Wednesday, April 17th, from 1 to 3 p.m., and the city has released a tentative agenda. The St. Albert Curling Club is the venue, and you can be a spectator to such events as a welcome to elders and knowledge keepers, a smudging and prayer flag offering, an honor song, an overview of upcoming engagement opportunities, followed by refreshments. And as well, throughout April and May, the community will have the opportunity to learn, engage, and get involved in the reconciliation process with various activities at St. Albert Place, the Public Library, the Art Gallery, Juneau House, and the Musée Héritage Museum. For more information, visit the city's website. Michelle Parker is always here with Let's Get Fit.
Today we're going to focus in on strength training. The Canadian Physical Activity Guidelines recommends adding muscle and bone strengthening activities using major muscle groups at least 2 days per week. Now, while lifting weights is certainly a muscle and bone strength activity, there are so many more possibilities. Find one that you most enjoy, for if you enjoy it, you're more likely to repeat it and ultimately incorporate it into your lifestyle. Today I've laid out a few tools that I like to use for our own body weight as our weight. Now, suspension training with our TRX. We've got all core all the time as its model. It works your biceps, triceps, legs, core, and so much more. The Liberate Equalizers, which we have over here in our yellow and green, they're originally built to help a client learn how to be able to do a chin-up and now used for such a big variety of activities, both for cardio and for strength. Then there's the BOSU, that blue half ball that's over there, a great tool for adding balance, stability into your training. And then a bench or simply your kitchen chair, of course, is a great tool as well too. And as always, there's also you. Think about squats, push-ups, burpees, not to mention running or going out and jumping rope. All right. Going into today's move of the week, we're going to be building muscle endurance with our burpee. Now the burpee works that upper body, arms, chest, as well as lower body, quads, hamstrings, and there's many different options with it. There's the dead man burpee, there's the jump lunge burpee, there's the double burpee, lots of variations once you get in there. Today I'm going to be showing you that basic burpee, and we'll get into that here first. So again, remember this is a cardio move as well as a strength building move. So with our burpee, our hands are coming down into that plank position, adding into that push-up, jumping those feet forward, and jumping back up to the sky. So let me slow that down for you. We're going to put our hands down the floor. We're going to jump our feet back, go into our push-up, press back up, keeping that core engaged. Feet come back towards the hands, pressing through those feet as we stand back up and jump into the air. Now, if you're looking for some variations, we're going to take this down, and we're going to actually walk our feet back, potentially come down to your knees if that's what's right for you, and then lower that chest towards the floor, pressing back up, walking those hands back to your feet, and finishing by raising those hands up. Now for anybody out there who wants a challenge, here we go. Hands down, jump back, push up, bring it in, jump it up, and then you can add in things like your reverse lunge before you go back in, and do it all over again. For TV7.ca News, I'm Michelle Parker.
Well, if you've been living under a rock, you may not know the election is next Tuesday, and we meet up with the United Conservative Party candidate for Morinville St. Albert, Dale Nally. Nally told us that his concern for the direction in which the current government is taking this province is the reason he is getting into politics.
You know, I didn't really have plans to go into politics. I had a young family, just busy with everything that goes along with that. But 4 years ago, when this government got elected, I had some real concerns about what was going to happen. And as we progressed through this mandate, I started to see that those concerns were being realized. And so I didn't have plans to run at the time, but I knew I had to do something. And so I stepped forward, I joined the local board, went on to their executive, and just kind of happened from there.
The longtime St. Albert resident feels his business experience and his master's in education makes him the best choice for voters.
This is my first time into politics. I was a senior director and general manager. Most of my business experience has been managing large retail franchises between $50 to $80 million in revenue, upwards of 300 employees. So a lot of experience on the business side. I also have a master's in education as well, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. And if I'm successful, I'd like to work on one of the education subcommittees advocating for education, because I think it's really important.
Nally went on to explain that he feels the biggest issues we face today is jobs.
The biggest change that I have seen is the job insecurity. We used to be in an environment where 18, 19-year-old kids could go get a six-figure job, where everyone you knew had a mortgage-paying job. And that doesn't exist anymore. I have a volunteer on my campaign team who just started working last week, but prior to that, he had applied for 700 jobs before he could get one. There is a lot of job insecurity, and that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing out there, and that's the biggest change. And we need to reignite this economy, and we need to get Alberta back to where it used to be, where anyone who's industrious and hardworking can make something of themselves and have a mortgage-paying job to put a roof over their head and food on their family's table.
Don't forget to cast your ballot on the 16th.
And that's it this week. If you have any community events or news you'd like to share with our viewers, please send us an email at news@tv7.ca. From all of us here at tv7.ca, as always, I'm Paul Huckalak. Have a great week.